Hey everybody, hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. Thanks for tuning into these videos each week. I know we're excited about journeying through the Gospels together this summer and staying better connected. So that being said, this week we moved on to Mark. We wrapped up Matthew last week and read through the first 7 chapters of Mark this week. So Mark is the shortest, most succinct gospel account of the 4, and he kind of writes this message of like, this is Jesus, this is what he did, and this is why all of that's important. And it's kind of like just very to the point, and which I can appreciate. But it's very like action packed, I guess, in the sense that most of the emphasis is on like what Jesus did versus what he said, compared to some of the other gospels. And so I made a list, like keeping that in mind, just of like all of the different stories that Mark shares in these 7 chapters this week, just to kind of look at it from like a bird's eye view, like to get a better understanding of like how they all fit together, I guess. And so something that just really stuck out to me that was a common theme in like the miracles that Jesus was performing was the faith of the recipients of the miracles, like the people that Jesus was healing. And so some of the stories that like jumped out, like came to mind specifically were like the woman who was bleeding and touched the edge of Jesus's garment and was healed, the official whose daughter was sick, and Jesus says to him, "Believe," and then his daughter is healed. And then the Syrophoenician woman, her daughter who like had an impure spirit, and through this conversation that she has with Jesus, he really just recognizes the faith that she has, and then drives this spirit out of her daughter. And so those are all really cool stories, but my favorite from what we read this week was when the guy was taken to this house that Jesus was at by his friends. He was carried there because he was paralyzed, and they like just go to some great lengths to like get this guy to Jesus. They like show up at this house, and they're like carrying this guy on a mat, and they realize like there's too many people for them to like get in the door. They can't actually get to Jesus, so they end up like getting on the roof and like lowering this guy down through the roof to see Jesus, which is just kind of cool. But his friends were like really just willing to go through some great lengths to get this guy to Jesus. Like they had heard the awesome things that Jesus was doing in their area, like the people that he was healing, and so they knew that like they had to get this guy to Jesus. And so there were a few different things that really stuck out to me from this story, but first is that like this guy had some seriously awesome friends. Like they show up to this house, and instead of like getting to the front door and seeing like just all of the people, instead of saying like, "Oh well, sorry buddy, like maybe next time," like they're like, "Okay, what's plan B? Like let's figure this out." And they dig through the roof, like is what the NIV says. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what kind of roof they had, but they dug through it to get this guy down into this house. And they just weren't willing to give up, which is really awesome. And so they just had so much faith in who Jesus was, what he was doing, that they were willing to go to some great lengths to get this guy to see Jesus. And so that just kind of made me think about the people around me, my friends and family, but not just like the people that I really care about, like other people around me. So like the international students that live across the street, or our neighbor lady who does her laundry at the laundromat and walks her dog, and like we see her both of those places. And all of these other people around us, the Walmart lady who says good all the time, like all of the people around us, not just the people that like I care about the most. But anyways, I was thinking about all of them, and just thinking about what I'm willing to do, like what great lengths I'm willing to go through to like get these people to Jesus, like to get them to see and meet Jesus. And so yeah, that was just like a really powerful thought that I had. But so the last thing that really stuck out to me was like when Jesus sees this man, he recognizes like the great faith that he had, like, and his friends too, like just to get there. And so he says like, your sin, like, my son, your sins are forgiven. And then he does go on to like heal his like physical ailment, like he can get up and walk out, he's no longer paralyzed. But kind of just the order that happens in just kind of stuck out to me, because Jesus meets his spiritual needs first, and then his physical, and like really that's in the like in the order of their importance, I guess. And so I guess I was just kind of struck by like Jesus, like, really probably had never met this guy, but like he knew this guy so well that he knew to meet his, like, he knew what order to meet his needs in. And so, yeah, I just thought that was really awesome. But anyways, so that's kind of what stuck out to me this week. One thing really quick, this Saturday we have a like a CCH hangout day that'll be happening. It's going to be Saturday, the 24th at 2 p.m. and you all are invited to come. We're just gonna meet at the main house at 2 and then drive over to Pokagon and hang out on the beach. And then we'll stay there until like dinner time and eat dinner together. And then shortly after that, head back to CCH. So we would love for you all to be there. We'd love to see you, not just like talk to you through a video and catch up. So we hope you guys can make it. And yeah, I guess till next time, or till Saturday. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you then. Bye.